In this video, I've got another to-do list for everything you need to do for, gear and more throughout the week. If you missed any of the other weeks, you can find the links in the description or the pinned comment down below. I apologize if I sound a bit sick, I kind of am. So the first thing we're going to do is check out our Great Vault. We did Mythic 10s last week, so I can actually get a Mythic item in my vault. I actually had to do 4 of these dungeons yesterday. This is going to be the first week where I have difficult choices to make because I've got a sword where I already have a 723 sword and a 720 crafted sword that I'm happy with. And the other option is a belt, which I already have a crafted belt, which is actually my best in slot. But it does seem I have my 2 best in slot trinkets available for the raids at the top here. So I'm probably going to go with one of these. Hopefully you have an easier choice in your vault this week. If we make our way to the weekly quests in Dornagal at this location, there's a few of them that you might actually want to pick up. The Titan Disc one is always good to get a Fracture. The Archivist is going to have a complete 5 delves, very easy. And then the main one you want to pick up for the week is from Beergoth over here to get your 1500 Renown for the Karesh Trust, which requires you to do the Dawnbreaker this week. So we're going to accept this. And as always in my group finder, I'm going to go to Follower Dungeons and queue for the Dawnbreaker. And I'm going to solo this thing quickly. A couple minutes later, you can complete the quest. Make sure you click the Karesh Trust and hit complete. For me this week, this puts me at Renown 19. This also marks a new week for the Catalyst. The Catalyst found over here in this location in Dornagal. Interact with the machine. What this does is it takes a piece of your gear and turns it into tier piece gear so that it has the set bonus. Now, since I already have my 4 set bonus on heroic items and only one of them is mythic, I'm going to wait until my vault gives me an item that is a mythic item, glove, leggings, or helmet, or even possibly shoulders at that point, to turn it into a mythic set piece, because that's the quickest way to get a set piece from mythic quality without mythic rating. So I'll be hanging on to my catalyst until I have a mythic item of one of those. And then we'll make our way to Karesh. So Karesh, at this location over here in Tazavesh, you'll see there's 2 quests we can pick up. It's the weekly Warrant quest, as well as the More Than Just a Phase quest, which is the weekly one as well. So pick up that, which we'll complete in a second. And then our final Warrant quest is available if you've been keeping up. This is the 6th one, the 6th week that we can do this. It's going to be for the final rare that you haven't done yet. As always, as soon as you accept this quest, you're going to get another quest that will show up nearby with the blue marker, as you can see, and we'll have to complete this whole quest chain. After completing the quest chain, you'll end up getting an item, which is going to be a lure or a key for the rare that you need to summon. In your bags, you can interact with this. You can also sell it on the auction house. Defeating this rare will give you 400 Kareshi Trust. So if you're still trying to get Renown, you're still going to be doing this from next week onwards. If the quests are still active, I think. I don't even know. This will give you a quest to eliminate the rare, and we'll make our way to its location. After using the item, you'll summon a rare, or somebody else will have summoned the rare as well. And once you kill it, it will complete the quest. Once you defeat the rare, you can head back to the turn-in point over here to Constable Zuardes and hand in the item. And this will, if you've done it for 6 weeks in a row, you will have completed the achievement Vigilante, which will unlock the mount. You will be able to check your mailbox and you'll find the mount in your mail. That's how you're going to receive it. And then you'll go ahead and you'll learn it. And this, of course, is the Terror of the Night, which is only attainable once you defeat each of the warrants, so 1 for every 6 weeks. And this is what the mount looks like. I'm actually really happy with it. I think it looks pretty cool, actually. It's really, really nice. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Did you get it this week? As always, with the new week, we have the World Boss who we can loot for a free 688 item that we can use for else. And this will give you the 688 champion piece, which is for your warband, so use it for any of your alt characters. The next thing we need to do is the More Than Just a Phase by completing phase diving activities. Of course, this is going to include the phase diving world quest, so I recommend doing all of those. Now, the main reason why we're actually doing this More Than Just a Phase is also for reputation, for your Renown. And you'll see in this one, this is the one I'm just about to unlock, Renown 20. So Renown 20, rank 20 with the Karesh Trust, which means I'm going to get some pretty cool rewards that I'll show you soon. Now, doing those world quests will only take you so far. Another good way is to find these phase lost exchequer chests. As you can see on my mini-map over here, they respawn and they show up often, and when you loot them, they're going to give you 7% to that progress bar, and they respawn really all over the map in phase diving. Alternatively, you can also try find rares within phase diving. They're supposed to drop percentage as well. And this will go ahead and complete my progress bar for the More Than Just a Phase. And when you make your way to the NPC to hand in the quest, this is for your 300 Karesh trust and some untethered coins that you can spend at the same NPC for a variety of items. The final activity we have within Karesh is the Ecological Succession for the weekly reward, the Wriggling Pinnacle Cache, which has a chance of dropping a mount. As always, if you weren't aware, there is a campaign going on over here where you'll have campaign quests that you can progress and do. There's a bunch of them. It also unlocks a bunch of new like daily quests that unlock every couple of days. It's kind of strange. There's a bunch of achievements tied to it, but it's pretty much like the same thing, but like 7 different times with different creatures. It's weird. But the main reason you're going to be here is to look for the quests that drop Karesh Trust Renown so that you can boost your Renown. Like some of them are going to have the 300 Renown for doing them, but not all of them. Some of the others are completely useless. There should be 3 quests that you can pick up that give you 300 Renown each. So if you're trying to get Renown, these are great. And if you're trying to get the Wriggling Pinnacle Cache, these are also good because they provide 20% to the progress bar for Ecological Succession, which will show up when you're in this area, which gives you that Wriggling Pinnacle Cache for the mount. So you're going to go ahead and do those daily quests, repeatable quests to get progress. Eventually you'll complete the weekly Ecological Succession and you'll get the Wriggling Pinnacle Cache. And let's get the mount from this, please. Please, no mount. Why is it always no mount, dude? There's always no mount. This is the mount that drops from it. It's the Curious Slateback, man. It's like the rarest thing to get in Karesh at this point for me. Now, if you've been doing all of these activities for the past 6 weeks, you should be at Renown 20 this week. And the reason why this is important, because at Renown 19, you can unlock a pretty cool mount. And this is going to be over here in Tazavesh at this location. You'll find the Quartermaster here. You'll see inside of his shop, you can buy the Terror of the Wastes mount. You unlock access to this one at Renown 19. There's also another mount that we got earlier on too that you might have access to. But here we can go ahead and learn the mount. And this is what the mount looks like in person. I also think it looks really cool. I can't decide if I like the green one or this one more. I think this one also looks incredibly cool. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. The first delve you complete in the week is going to give you an archaic cipher key, which will give you a quest that you can hand in Dornigal for Delver's Journey progress as well as undercoins. I recommend at least doing 1 delve a week just for this, in case you aren't doing delves. This is just so that you can progress your Delver's Journey season over here. Right now, we're at halfway. And if you are doing delves to gear, they're a great way to get champion gear as well as heroic gear. You can do your bountiful delves. There are 4 of them every single day, requiring a restored coffer key to open up the chest at the end. If you just want champion gear with a heroic item in your vault, you're just going to do tier 8s. But for most players, you want to push up to tier 11 so that you can get the gilded stash. You can get 3 of these. They have 7 gilded crests in the chest at the end, and you can only do 3 of these per week. And if while you're doing delves, you get the Delver's Bounty map over here, you can get a guaranteed 694 heroic item for completing that delve in tier 11. You'll also get 10 gilded crests from this for doing this in tier 11. I've noticed that the easiest way to get this map is to actually do a tier 8, because they seem to, like every week, I do a tier 8, the Delver's Bounty drops on a tier 8 in the chest, and then after that, I do a tier 11 and I claim the reward for it. So if you're struggling to get the Delver's Bounty map, that's something you can try, though theoretically it's supposed to be able to drop from all tiers. In terms of Mythic Plus, nothing really has changed. It's your usual grind, trying to get at least 110 done per the week. Because doing a dungeon on 10 will guarantee you a Mythic item in your Great Vault, like you see I've been getting every week. If you're unable to do 10s, you should at least be pushing 6s and 7s. 6s will have heroic gear at the end chest, and 7s will also give you gilded crests, which you can make crafted items with those crests, like this sword I have, the 720 neck, and the 720 belt. Those are 3 items that you could have already gained at 720. So good luck with your Mythic grind this week. In terms of raiding, there actually is something new for raiding this week. In our reputation, the Manaforge Vandals Renown track can be pushed up to Renown 6 for this week. I already went to Raid Finder and I did 2 of the wings over here to finish the Renown. You only really need 1.5 to get a complete Renown level. And the reason why this is important, because Renown level 6 for this actually unlocks the Attuned to the Ether, which is a really cool reward for the raiding. Essentially, once you hit Renown 6, you're going to get a quest called the Attuned to the Ether that is going to tell you to go to the raid entrance over here. This will bring you to this NPC over here, who you can hand in the quest Now, when you hand in this request, you're actually going to get a buff to your weapon enchantments to improve their effectiveness by 50% while inside the raid. And any rune forging effects also increased by 10% for Death Knights. So that means me with my stone-bound artistry enchantments on both of my weapons are now going to be 50% stronger, which is a fantastic buff to have. And if you're wondering what this add-on is that shows all of the different enchantments, this is called Better Character Panel. And it will pretty much let you know whether you have your enchantment for the item or not. If you didn't know, you can get an enchantment for your cloak, your chest, your bracers, your leggings, your boots, each of your rings, and your weapons, or one weapon if you have one weapon. And you're also able to make 2 sockets on both of your rings as well as your neck to have a total of 6 gems. To get these sockets, you're going to use the item that you can get on the auction house called the Magnificent Jeweler's Setting. You can apply this to non-PvP gear to add a socket. I see many players never really have these unlocked for their rings and their neck, and it's a huge decrease to not have 6 gems. Not to mention that one of your gems can also be the Blasphemite one, which is a rare gem that you only can have in one of your items. Not to mention for one of those gems, you can have a special Blasphemite gem that has a unique effect on it and also adds agility, or your main stat in this case. The add-on also allows you to inspect other people to see if they're missing or if they have all of their correct stuff too. This can help you mention it to other people in your guild or your friends if they might be missing any of these upgrades that they can have that they maybe even don't know exists, because the game doesn't make it inherently obvious that you can do these things, especially for newer players. In terms of PvP, I've been a little bit of a slacker last week. I haven't played much since the release of Hollow Knight Silksong, but you can find the weekly PvP quests in Dornagal at this location here from this NPC. The first quest you're going to have here is for doing 12 rounds of solo shuffle. There's also one for gaining honor in arena skirmishes, pretty easy too. And then we have the Sparks of War, the Ringing Deeps, which is possibly the easiest one to do. This is because when we go into war mode, and then you'll make your way to the Ringing Deeps where you'll look for these disturbed earths, these little like purple locations around on the ground. You find them all over the place, and when you loot them, you get 5 Sparks of War. It's a really easy thing to find, and as you're flying, you can already see the next ones in the distance here, and as you loot these, you just get 5 Sparks of War, and this is a great way to complete this quest super simply without having to, hope that you kill a bunch of other faction players. And that's it for our weekly to-do list. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching. See you next time.